Yo, what is going on today, fam? So we are back again today working on the GX470, and we are continuing to do our bit of maintenance on this vehicle right here. So today we are replacing our coils right here, and then our spark plugs. I really don't know when these were last done, so I figured, hey, you know, doesn't cost that much, might as well just go ahead and knock it out. Pretty simple or whatever, but we're gonna go over it. I went up on Amazon. I got some NGK G-Power spark plugs. Those were like, I don't know, like 20 bucks. And I got these coils right here. These are like the China coils or whatever, because the OEM coils are literally $100 per coil. So to do it, you would be spending like $800 on coils, and these were like, I think, 80 something dollars. So, and they come with a 1-year warranty. Obviously, will these last as long as the OEM coils? Of course not. But hey, it is what it is, right? They got a 1-year warranty, and that's good enough for me. And so the vehicle doesn't have any misfires or anything like that, but the gas mileage is pretty low. So, I mean, I know these get bad gas mileage to begin with, but anyway, I just put a new air filter, and I just wanted to replace the spark plug, so I just don't know when it was done. And so just doing some preventative maintenance. That's all it is right here. So first thing you're gonna have to do is remove your OEM covers, right? So there's pretty much 3 covers. There's one right here. There's one right here. Do you have your engine cover yourself? There's just some 12 millimeter and 10 millimeter nuts holding those on. So, you know, I'm pretty sure you can figure that out. Next thing you're gonna have to do is remove your intake right here. You have a few things. So right here, looks like a 10 millimeter bolt right here. You can loosen up, pull off your intake tube. You got some tubes around here that you'll need to remove. You got your mass airflow sensor tube right here also, that's gonna have to be removed. But before we do any of that, I'm just going to disconnect my positive battery terminal right here. I don't think you run the risk of being electrocuted while doing this, but hey, it's safe to do just when you're dealing with the electrical part of the vehicle. So I'll do that. All right, so I'm gonna pull that off. Next thing I'm gonna do is remove this intake, and then we'll talk about what's next after that. All right, so about, I'd say 4 minutes has passed, and this is the result. So I went ahead, I disconnected the battery here. I came through, I disconnected this clamp. I disconnected the mass airflow sensor, which I didn't need to do, I found out, so we'll plug that back in. One of the things is there's a little ground cable that goes right here. I disconnected that. I took off the AirBots clips, and I pretty much just folded itself onto it. There was a vacuum line right here, and then like another pretty much, what is this, like a PCV valve hole or whatever. That was right here. Disconnected those, and then just folded the whole thing on itself. So that way we have just access to the passenger side bank, so we can get to those coils over here. And then we have access to all of the coils on our driver's bank. One thing about the GX470, you know, and the 4runner, et cetera, you know, which will be the same for your 2UZs, 1UZs. But man, there's just a lot of room inside this engine bay, so it's gonna make changing these coils and spark plugs incredibly easy. But next thing you need to do, so like right on these clips, let me see if I can get a better light for y'all. So right on these clips right here, focus for me. Hold on. So right on these clips, right on the top, there's a clip. You push it down, and then you pull up, and it comes off just like that. All right, so I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna do that for every last one of these. All right, and once I do that, I'm gonna come, and I think it's a 10 mil. Let me double check. Yep, there's a 10 mil bolt that holds on each coil. All right, hopefully, God, it's kind of hard to focus. So right here, there's a 10 mil bolt that holds on that coil. So all you gotta do is just loosen that 10 mil bolt, and you can pull that coil straight through out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do that for my passenger side bank right quick, and I'll show you guys the finished product. All right, so got all my coils off right here. I'll do my best to light up this area, like it's not the brightest in my garage. So got all of the coils off right there. So the only, I mean, so you could take off the air box or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, You know, it's up to you. But if you don't want to take it off, I didn't want to. So you're just gonna grab your 5/8 spark plug socket pretty much. And you wanna grab, what, like a 2-inch extension? And then you're able to just slide it in like that. Obviously, that's now disappeared in there. So you grab another 2-inch extension, right? Oh shit, right there. And you can put it right on there while it's in there. But that leaves you enough room to now take your ratchet and just put the ratchet right on it like that. Then you're able to go ahead and get your spark plugs out. But let me see. When you go to pull the spark plug out, you gotta bring up the assembly and pull off the first 2-inch extension. Now you can just pull it right out and the spark plug will come out. So pro tip, right? Because it's gonna be super duper hard to pull out that spark plug. So what I do is I put some electrical tape in there, just like that. I put the electrical tape up in there, so that way, instead of the spark plug falling out as you're pulling it up, it creates enough friction to just hold the spark plug there. It works perfectly. Works perfectly. So just a little tip there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the rest of these spark plugs out, right? And then we'll be good to go, honestly. And we'll just replace them. All right, so got the old spark plugs out. Honestly, they weren't in that bad condition, but you know, just doing maintenance. So got our new spark plugs right here. Keep in mind, I'll have all this stuff linked in the description, but this is the part number for anybody that does want it. But yeah, I'm gonna get these all put back in. These are already gapped to spec, so no gapping needs to happen. One thing I don't have is the anti-seize grease, which kind of sucks, but I'm gonna put just a little bit of like of just oil just around the threads right here or whatever. Just something I do. It won't hurt anything. But hey, if you want to go down that route, that's up to you. But just so there's some type of lubrication, so whenever I go to pull these out next time, there won't be an issue. Obviously, when putting all your spark plugs back in, you don't want these things extra tight. You want to just get them snug, and then, you know, do just a little bit past that, you know, because you don't want to break a spark plug, because that's always a bad day inside of your head. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these bad boys back in, and then we will move to the next side. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and cut the video here, because the next side is really just the same. Honestly, it's just a lot of more of the same. There's no other special instructions. So once I get this all back together, then we'll see. So got the new coils and got those all tightened up, and got all the connectors rebuttoned up. Honestly, super easy vehicle to do spark plugs on. Like, I've had some terrible cars, Subarus, I mean, even like my Corvette, which I thought was fairly easy. Like, you know, you still had to kind of contort yourself to get to everything. So this has been a really pleasant experience. One thing I would say is to keep your old coils and your old spark plugs. I don't know why I do that, but especially the coils, just because you never know when a coil might go bad, and it's just an easy fix. So like, maybe keep a coil, maybe even 2 coils, you know, just inside the vehicle at all times, just in case you're ever up on a road trip or something like that. So now you have a spare up on you. So that's something that I do personally. So, you know, do what you do. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this intake system all back together, man. God, this is so easy. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so I got everything all back together in the engine bay right here. Everything's all tightened up. Only thing I need to do is put back on the covers. Our battery's back hooked up, so this one to go for just a first start, just to make sure there's no, you know, like misfires or anything crazy like that. Sounds healthy. A truck sounds good. You know, I got a muffler, a delete, so that's why mine sounds a bit more throaty than usual. But yeah, man, looks good. So I'll have all these parts linked in the actual description. So if you have any questions or anything like that, just hit me in the comments. Pretty easy install overall, and I'm gonna have all the I just said that I'm gonna have all the parts linked in the description. But yeah, so just make sure you like and subscribe, all that stuff, because it matters on YouTube. Take it easy. I'm out.